Hi everyone, welcome back to Half Baked Takes. Today we're going to be talking about the many bags of Sydney Sweeney. For a reason, honestly, just because I'm nosy. I'm nosy and I fell down a rabbit hole and I thought, why not? From this one specific quote that we'll talk about later. But yeah, let's get right into it. So Sydney Sweeney is a 26-year-old actress who has been in shows and projects like White Lotus and Euphoria and infamous projects like Madam Web. She recently had a horror movie come out called Immaculate. Before that, she had a box office success in romantic comedy movie Anyone But You, starring her and Glenn Powell as the main leads. The reason for this whole video, in a cover story for The Hollywood Reporter, she was quoted saying, "If I wanted to take a 6-month break, I don't have the income to cover that," she says. "I don't have someone supporting me. I don't have anyone I can turn to pay my bills or to call for help. They don't pay actors like they used to. And with streamers, you no longer get residuals. The established stars still get paid, but I have to give 5% to my lawyer, 10% to my agent, 3% or something like that to my business manager. I have to pay my publicist every month, and that's more than my mortgage," she says. "If I just acted, I won't be able to afford my life in LA. I take deals because I have to." So because of this quote, which blew up like I think it was a couple years ago, and people were like, "Oh, what is she talking about? What is she talking about?" Because of that, I was like, let me look into every single deal Sydney Sweeney has gotten. So in chronological order, starting as far back as we can go and as far back as I found. The first one that we have is Savage X Fenty. So in March of 2020, Sydney Sweeney became a brand ambassador for Savage X Fenty. It was super girly, super feminine, and this came a year after the premiere of her TV show Euphoria, after the first season of Euphoria. Then it was World of Warcraft. So this was November 30th, 2020. Sydney Sweeney joins 13 other celebrities and personalities for a World of Warcraft ad, tapping into the feeling of togetherness gaming can bring even in the isolated pandemic period that we were going through. Let's say 6 months later, in June of 2021, Sydney becomes the first celebrity face of another underwear brand called Parade. She told Harvard Bazaar exclusively, "Parade wants to redefine what it means to feel sexy. It's amazing to work with a brand that celebrates self-love and sexiness by embracing exactly how and who we are." Also in June of 2021, Sydney did a paid partnership with Autotraders.com. I think this was the start of her starting to stand out with her ads and the deals that she takes because she has such an interesting niche in cars. A month later, in July of 2021, she tagged Revolve, which is a clothing company, in one of her posts. This marks a string of posts with Revolve that I actually have no clue what the nature of the post is. I don't know if it's a sponsored post. I don't know if she was getting paid. I don't know whether it was gifted, because she never does like, oh, hashtag ad, hashtag gifted, hashtag. She just always tags Revolve, and I never know what the nature of the relationship is. In September of 2021, Sydney Sweeney becomes the face of Guess. The brand released a 32-piece apparel and accessories collection for women and men as part of the campaign Guess Originals and Anna Nicole Smith collection. It was an ad campaign that was launched featuring an homage to Anna Nicole Smith. By January 2022, Euphoria Season 2 starts airing. I didn't watch it, but I know she got much more of a starring role. She really got to flex her acting chops, and it definitely came with a lot of firsts for the actress. These obviously aren't sponsored, but I'm putting it here to show how much her star was rising. Okay, so we got her first late night talk show with James Corden at the Late Late Show, which was the end of January 2022. She got her first Cosmopolitan cover, and she becomes the first centerfold for the magazine in February 2022. Then in March 2022, this month marks the first that I've noticed of a long partnership with Armani Beauty. Sydney partners up with Armani for their Clean Water campaign. Then in April of 2022, Sydney joins up with Laneige as the face of their newly revamped water bank collection. I believe Laneige is like a skincare company. Also in April 2022, she does a partnership with eBay. Like I said earlier, cars kind of became her thing. She became an eBay partner, sourcing parts for a car that she's been working on and rebuilding. Also in April 2022, another Revolve post. I have no clue what the nature is. I think this was for Coachella or specifically like Revolve Fest. But yeah, so that's what happened in April of 2022. A month later in May, this marks another first for her. This was her first Met Gala, and she was dressed by Tory Burch. I don't love the dress, but that's another thing for another time. Also in May 2022, Sydney stars as the face of the Miu Miu Wonder Bag. In that same month, Sydney is part of Armani Beauty for the launch of the My Way perfume. A month later, June 2022, there's another Armani Beauty post for their lipstick. A month later, there's another post for Laneige. In September 2022, Sydney used Armani's Beauty as choice of makeup for the Venice Film Festival. That same month, she was wearing Tory Burch for the Emmy nominee luncheon and for their spring 2023 fashion show. Now, between the months November of 2022 to February 2023, it was definitely a mix of posts of Armani, Laneige, some Miu Miu. I just want to couple it all together because I don't want to be repeating the same things. Then in February 2023, we get something new. So this also signifies the start of another long-standing partnership, at least to date. Sydney partners up with the drink Bai, which is a flavored water brand. It's advertised as having 1 gram of sugar. There's only 10 calories per 100% recycled plastic bottle. Then between March and April 2023, she does a partnership with Frankie's Bikinis. It's called Love Letters by Sydney Sweeney, and it's inspired by the girl who follows her heart with pieces that highlight Sydney's gorgeous femininity and sweet romantic aura. It was a very cute drop, but I wouldn't say there was, it was the most innovative of designs. I think most of the appeal comes from possibly shopping from a collection with a woman who's more big-chested. So I know some women who would be like, okay, she shops in this brand or she has a collection with this brand. It must mean that it's comfortable and it would cover my bust well. March 2023, there's another Laneige ad. Also in March, there's a Ford ad. When I say she's been making strategic partnership moves when it comes to her car interests, I definitely mean it. The ad shows her restoring a vintage Ford Bronco, which she said has been her dream car for as long as she could remember. So definitely another smart move, in my opinion. Then between April and September of 2023, there was a mix of Miu Miu. Notably, her second Met was dressed by them. There was also some Armani Beauty, some Laneige, some Bai. A new partnership, however, emerged in June 2023, where she was made a Samsung Galaxy partner. Also in September, revolved through Sydney and 80s prom theme for her 26th birthday. Again, I don't know the nature of this relationship. They also released a Sydney Sweeney birthday party collection, which are kind of like pics to commemorate her birthday events that you can kind of shop from. October of 2023 to December of 2023, there was Miu Miu, there was Samsung Galaxy, there was another Ford ad, but this time it was for workwear clothes. And then in January of this year, January 2024, she joined the Kerstas family as their newest brand ambassador. Kerstas is like a hair care company, if I'm not mistaken. So she joined them as the newest brand ambassador. Between January 2024 and April 2024, it was just more of the same that we know. Miu Miu, Kerstas, Armani, Laneige, Bai. Then in May 2024, Sydney joins Jimmy Choo for their summer 2024 collection of shoes and accessories. And yeah, so we're all up to date. I think the only thing of interest is that she did a Tory Burch campaign super similar to a Jimmy Choo campaign that I couldn't find anywhere on her IG. I clearly remember it and I was looking for it as I was looking through her Instagram, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But yeah, so there you go. Aside from acting and her brand deal, she also has her own production company called 50/50 Films. She starred in and produced Immaculate. She was one of the producers on Anyone But You, and she's gonna star in and produce a movie about a boxer. If I had to pick like her best collabs, I would say my favorite one is anything that has to do with cars. She also has this TikTok account dedicated to her fixing up and restoring cars. I think it's called Sid's Garage, if I'm not mistaken. I just think it's so her. She has openly talked about, loving cars growing up. And I just think this is so on brand for her. And I think it's so interesting because it's a niche that not a lot of celebrities can claim to be in, because it's something you actually have to have knowledge about. It's not something that can be gleaned aesthetically in terms of clothes, makeup, hair, things like that you can kind of just be able to work yourself in and work an interest in. That's probably my favorite. I also really like the Miu Miu just because I don't love all of Sydney's looks. Put my hands up, I actually think some of them are hits and some of them are misses. A lot of her Miu Miu red carpet looks I really, 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 really like. I think those are my favorites of her collabs. But yeah, so that's basically it. It's been a mix of hair, makeup, skincare, clothes, things like that. And of course her car deals. But yeah, so that's basically it. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know, I'm just nosy. But yeah, bye.